And I like to say, great last album, Transmission Zero. Love the guitar playing. Can you fill us in on the upcoming tour, though? That's what we've been really hoping. Our fans have been waiting. Municipal Waste, Guar, and a Ghoul.
Yeah, the Municipal Waste, Guar, and Ghoul. It's the ultimate lineup, man. We're going out for, 3 or 4 weeks with Municipal Waste and Guar, and then 2 weeks or so with Kalesa and Guar. It's going to kick butts all over the United States.
So, Digestor, on YouTube, I've checked it out. I'm on your YouTube channel, and you guys are looking for a tour van. Has the tour van situation been secured and everything good there, or is it still looking for a van?
No, we got the tour van, and it's being worked on right now by a mechanic down in town, and it's the engine just about fell out of it yesterday. So we're going to hopefully it's not going to explode on tour or whatever, but it's getting fixed right now.
Well, I was gonna actually recommend the Melvins. I don't know if you're familiar with the band the Melvins. They're selling their tour van. It's on, I believe, eBay right now.
Yes, $90,000.
Oh yeah, that's where I do not believe Ghoul will purchase that.
I wonder if they take bad checks.
That's true.
We might be able to rustle something up in that department.
I understand there, definitely. And Digestor, I was going to wonder here, with Ghoul, you guys have the full-blown stage show. You have the Mutant Mutilator. You have Killbot. Now, I really want to get more into Killbot. I've always been intrigued by this. How did you guys come up with the idea of Killbot, and how did Killbot kind of start up?
Well, he was built by this guy who wanted to kill us, and he sent the Killbot down into the catacombs to destroy us. And I don't know how he built him, but I do know he works off punch cards. It's kind of an old-fashioned kind of thing. It's like a lot of tubes and punch cards, and it's very easy to malfunction.
Okay, yeah. Digestor, I played earlier on my show the Legends of the Bay Area. I played a Metallica, Testament, Exodus, and I was wondering if you could fill in and maybe weigh in on this subject. What do you think has happened to the Bay Area hard rock and heavy metal scene, and why I feel this way? Ghoul, to me, is the only band champion for thrash metal in the Bay Area. Why is that? What has happened?
Well, there's a lot of good bands in the Bay Area, I think. Still, it's just sort of moved on. They're not doing the thrash so much, but there's a few bands from the Bay Area still doing it. And I don't know, I think everyone sort of grew up a little bit, so it's a little more artsy scene these days.
A little more artsy scene. Well, my feeling is metalcore has taken over, and it's something I love in Metallica's Ex Mordus, that video your fans made, where you see the guy at the metalcore shirt getting the crap kicked out of his face and the blood coming. And I just love that, how you guys stand for that against that metalcore scene, which I feel has kind of killed metal in a way.
It's not my favorite thing, but, if you don't like it, you can just not listen to it, or if you want, you can, chop the head off the next metalcore guy you see. But, it's not even that, there's not even that many bands like that around here, anyway. But, it's to each his own, I guess. It's not my cup of tea.
Definitely agree with that, to each his own. And like I said, I actually knew some people in metalcore, but I always felt that when it came to splatter thrash, when it came to thrash, the Bay Area, you had Exodus, you had, Testament with Alex Skolnick. Did these bands have an impact on you when you were growing up?
Yes, especially Metallica when we were younger, but Exodus and Testament and Forbidden, like all of that stuff. Forbidden. And other stuff too. We like a lot of crossover hardcore and old school punk rock and stuff like that. I
was actually going to ask you about that. I listen to your playing sometimes, and I wonder, were you influenced by East Bay Area, the Dead Kennedys, in a way?
Yes, the Dead Kennedys, Agnostic Front, JFA, a lot of old bands like that.
Yeah, and that is what I really find amazing about your music, is you're able to do that. You're taking metal, but you're also got that hard punk, the hardcore punk stuff in it. So I'm really impressed here. And I was going to give a shout-out to your label, Tank Crime. How's that label treating you? I personally love Tank Crime. I think there's a lot of good bands on it. How you guys doing with Tank Crime label right now?
Oh, they're great. Scotty, he's a consummate promoter. He's always out there promoting his stuff, and he signs great bands. So we really like him. If you know, we'd like to grow with him. It's nice to be on a label with people that you're friends with and you're friendly with.
Okay, and I was going to ask you about a band. I don't know if you know them, Digestor, but they're called Impaled. I really liked them. I thought they were a great band. Do you know what's going on with Impaled right now?
Does not ring a bell. No, I'm not sure.
Doesn't ring a bell? They dress up like doctors. They got some great...
Oh, yes. That's the band with the really good-looking guitar player. Yeah, I know them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. I haven't heard anything from them in a while, but their last album was great.
I agree. I love the album cover, too. I mean, that was pretty badass. I wish I had a shirt of that I could wear to school in high school. My teachers probably would have loved me.
You would have been expelled immediately, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got in trouble for, I believe, a Megadeth shirt my teacher thought was bad, and that was kind of like, well, okay. So, but I was going to ask you about Sodom. Does Sodom has Sodom, the band from Germany, of course, what kind of influence were they to Ghoul, and is Agent Orange possibly one of the best European thrash metal albums out there?
Yes, it is. You know, I think there are other members of the band who like Sodom more than I do, but they're a very good band. I like Destruction as well, but I personally never got that far into German thrash. But I like it. It's good.
That's good. And I got a fun question here. You guys will be touring with Municipal Waste in Guar. Municipal loves to party. How many beers do you think will be consumed on this upcoming tour?
I'm guessing it's going to be in the 7 figures.
The 7 figures? That is... That's a lot of beer. Also, I got to ask you, this is another really cool question I saw on YouTube. I wish I could have been in this show, but I don't live in Portland, Oregon. Ghoul did a special thing where they came, or Guar did a special thing where they came out unmasked, and Ghoul came on, and you guys, was it Maggots? You were hanging out with them on stage, and then Sick of You in honor of Corey Smoot. How did you guys feel about doing that, you know, having Guar unmasked and just hanging out with them on stage for those last couple songs?
But it was a very emotional night. We don't like to talk about it because we start crying immediately. But it was quite an experience. I've never quite been involved in something like that before, and you know, it was a very tragic thing that happened, and we were all very sorry to see you know, what happened to Corey and how. But the Guar guys, they handled it very well, and we were sort of in awe of how they handled the whole situation. They're very professional, but you know, they also let their fans mourn, and they mourned too, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's something I'm really, like I say, Guar is one of those bands that really connected with the fans, and definitely a band I'm sure that is an influence on you guys, and I could tell.
Yes, a huge influence.
Huge influence. And Corey Smoot, I say, one of probably, out of all the musicians in Guar, Corey was my favorite. I loved his playing. I loved his dive bombs. I thought he did a great job with that.
Yes, he was quite good at dive bombs, I have to say. He took that to another level. Now, I was going to ask you here, I play guitar also. The guy helped me out in the studio. We're big guitar players. We're, of course, you could say amateurs, but what type of gear do you and Dissector, the lead guitarist, what do you guys use as your guitars? I have a PV Triple X head that I actually bought from Gary Holt from Exodus.
Whoa.
But I don't think he uses those anymore. I think he uses some kind of other more expensive head. And I think that Dissector has an Ampeg guitar head of some old Ampeg guitar head, and we both have super crummy guitars.
Oh, you guys must play them really good, though, because the sound quality, I got to say, on your albums, I mean, for production-wise, those albums are amazing. And what was the budget on some of those albums to produce? Like my favorite one, The Dead and Maniacs, what was that kind of like working and producing that album?
Maniacs and We Came for the Dead cost nothing to make.
That's amazing. Really?
They were recorded by us with a really janky little piece of equipment, and the other albums were pretty close to that too. The last album didn't cost very much. We went into a studio and we recorded the drums, and then we came back to the Catacombs and recorded the guitars ourselves. It cost maybe 1,000 of your American dollars.
Wow, that That is a steal. That is something Gene Simmons would love and probably would have Kiss do right away if he found out about this. So let's keep that a secret. So Gene Simmons, we already got a problem with Gene Simmons on this show, so he hates us. I don't know why. I said a couple things, and I heard he has a bounty on my head. So, but definitely want to also give a shout out to you guys playing the Bay Area here. That'll be April 5th, right? You'll be playing the Regency Ballroom.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if you got the date right, but I think that's right. I think it's April 5th at the Regency Ballroom.
It's, I believe, Friday maybe? Is that it?
I believe it is, yeah. I think it's a Friday.
Friday. Definitely, I will be there. Daniel will be there. The K-Sun Radio, we will be promoting it. Definitely. And I like to say to you, Digester, I've been trying to get you on this show for a while, and I could say thank you for coming on, talking about your stuff, what's going on, and the fans. And like I say, tell everybody why they should go to this Municipal Waste Ghoul and Guar show. What's going to be special about it that makes people want to go?
It's the whole lineup is just insane. Every band is going to kick you in the pants. There's going to be blood. There's going to be urine sprayed on people, pus, vomit, the whole thing. Everything that an audience member expects from a show.
Okay, well, we are going to play from your Splatter Thrash album, Rise, Killbot, Rise, in honor of the great Killbot. And Ghoul, thank you for calling in, helping out, talking with us. Been really honored to talk with you, Digestor. Wish everything for the tour. I will definitely try to be there promoting it for you guys. Anything for a great Creepsylvania thrash, Splatter Thrash band, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Sorry about last week. I got held up in the catacombs, I got stuck in the swamp.
I definitely will understand, and if you can please hold, we always do this on K-Sun. We got to do a bunch of thank you and stuff, but definitely thank you for coming on, and here we will be playing Rise, Killbot, Rise!